The other day we came in here, this thing was completely dead. Didn't get to come on. I don't know what happened on, when was it, Thursday or whatever. And then the thing of it is, you get like the user groups in here and they go, well, why is this thing always running?
Well, I mean, it's always going to be running. It takes water to make water.
Right. So it's like reverse osmosis.
It is reverse.
It's filtering water right now.
It's filtering water constantly through the membrane. So in order to keep the membrane from plugging continuously, you have to constantly flush that membrane all the time. So whenever it's making water, you'll always see a reject coming through the system. When it stops, you know, this is actually a fill gauge telling you where the tank is. It has a 6-liter reservoir built into it.
Well, where's the where can you point? Is that the fill gauge right there?
Yeah, this is the fill gauge.
Okay, so you got 2 notches left. It's got to fill.
Exactly. So as soon as it gets to the top, you should see this stop.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it would be ideally is to put a 90 on this and have it go straight down, so that way somebody doesn't knock this over. I know you guys did the installation on these, but that's typically what we would do is put a 90 and then run it down, so that way it's less likely to get knocked over. This is how they feed. This is probably not the best lab practice, having this sitting in a sink that bacteria can grow. So this is where they would draw water. Ideally is not to have this tube, but I know sometimes just from a practical standpoint, they'll actually put the tube on there, but you have to remember that by using reverse osmosis, you've removed all the chlorine in the water, so there's nothing to fight bacteria. So this is water is just sitting, this is just a damp area for water to sit, so this is eventually going to start to turn green. So what we would recommend is not use the tube, but we know in practicality they will, because they're going to be filling a carboy or something up and it's probably easier for them. But they just need to learn that they need to replace that on a regular basis or clean it.
That's a good point, like you were saying, that it's taking the chlorine out of the water.
Yeah.
So you've got natural water, just pond water more or less.
Exactly. I mean, there are some reagents left. I mean, RO doesn't remove 100% of the chlorine, but it does remove a good percentage of it. So you don't have anything that's going to fight the bacteria in the water. There's no chloramine or chlorine in it. So.
Okay.
There should have been. You guys, this is actually a quick reference guide. It's supposed to sit here. So it allows them, I mean, I don't know if they want to keep it there because it's a common area, but for their day-to-day use, it does go through all the icons. Shows you how to actually access the system, what the menu is. So fuel gauge, water temperature, water quality, and then a standby, and then there's an icon filter. So this filter, this little icon up here, one is for the filter, which is the main body filter. The other one is for the UV light. So those will actually start to flash at you. Using the filter, you see little hash marks. The hash marks will start to disappear as the filter starts to get used up. And then eventually it'll come up and flash at you, telling you it's time to change the filters.
So where can the filters be purchased from?
They can be purchased either through us. If they have an agreement with Fisher Scientific, they can always buy them through Fisher Scientific as well. There is if they want the best pricing, they either need to contact Fisher, because Fisher has a UC contract.
Okay.
So I think they get 25% off on all the filters through the UC contract if they purchase through Fisher Scientific. Or they can go through me. I still give an academic discount, not as steep as the Fisher contract, just because that was negotiated statewide.
Okay.
Or they can buy them directly from Millipore. If they want them on a, say, a website-based service that the university has, we can do that. We've done that for UCLA, Berkeley, where we put them on the Bruin, what they would call Bruin Buy. So all they have to do is go on to Bruin Buy, and they can pick them again. Gives them a few options, but again, the best discount would probably go through Fisher. So.
Okay.
And they buy a lot from Fisher already, so it should be fairly easy for them. I'll leave my card, if they want to stick it on there, or stick it on there. That way, if they ever have any questions, they can always just give me a call. We have a number of other systems here already on campus, so they're familiar with Millipore.
All right, so put the user guide back in there.
Yep. Okay. And then this is the manual, similar to what I think I gave you guys. Right. I think I gave you guys copies of. There's also an electronic version of it. You know, I don't know what else there is. I mean, this is a very, very simple unit. All it's doing is taking tap water, making it into RODI. So it goes through an RO cartridge first.
Can you just show real quick how that cover comes off? I know it's just simple, but
It just,
Just
okay.
for training purposes.
Okay, for training purposes, you're just gonna put your finger on both sides, push in, pull out. There is a notch here on the cabinet, so whenever this actually makes contact with a micro switch, so whenever I pull the the cover off, it automatically goes into standby. So the system gets depressurized. So at this point, I can remove the filter if I wanted to, because that's the only time I can do it is in standby mode. Otherwise, if you take it off, again, this is automatically going to go into standby as soon as you pull it off. But for some reason, this got broken off or something like that. If you try to take that filter off without that micro switch being depressed, you're gonna have water squirting out at you. So,
Can you go ahead and show us how to, do we take the filters out right now for demonstration?
Yeah, for demonstration purposes, basically, what you guys are gonna wanna do is write the installation date. I don't know who, again, I think i6 installed these, so I mean, we may wanna put the date on today if they haven't really been used. So that way they have an idea that typically about every 6 months is when they're gonna need to replace it. The factors that go into changing filters are based on feed water quality. We tend to have a little bit harder water than some other parts of the country, so we tend to maybe go through filters a little bit quicker, and then also usage. So if they use a lot of water, they may have to replace them more frequently, but typically we say about every 6 months is about what we recommend. To change the filters, it's actually very easy. All you're going to do is lift up and pull out. And that's it.
And that's one unit then.
That's
so
all one unit.
You can't put them back and get them backwards.
No, you can't. Membrane, DI resin. So this has got the RO membrane in it, and this has all the DI resin. So we have some paper towels.
Paper towels?
Yeah. Or,
Let's see if I can grab some.
So here, we did the case one here, and we did the stainless steel countertop.
you have my number.
I'm just, I'll take it. I'll take another one actually. Thank you. We're going to bunch of good people.
Yeah.
David included. I give you one of my other
Yeah.
emails.
I know there's 3 systems, so only one for each system.
The stainless steel top came in 2 pieces. So it comes in 2 pieces, we push that into the measurements just right. And then it gets welded in the field. And I want to say there's well seams right here. Yeah, seams right there. And as you can see, they did pretty darn good.
Yeah.
There's just the slightest bit of dip back there,
Okay,
but
right.
you know, they still blended it.
I'm gonna just put today's date.
Yeah, because when did Taylor hook this up? It was within the last month, wasn't it? Like maybe at the beginning of August?
Okay.
Are you taping?
Yeah.
So basically, it's always probably nice to have some paper towels. You're going to get a little bit of residual water after you pull that filter off. So, but good idea. This is the UV light that's in the system. To change that UV light, all they're going to do is they're going to lift this up slightly. It comes with instructions anytime you buy the replacement light. It comes with a set of cotton gloves because you don't want to put your oils from your hands on the lens. So you're actually going to hold this, and then they're going to basically rock this back and forth to get the connector off, and then they can pull the lamp out. Again, you want to do it with cotton gloves because you don't want to have any oils from your hands. And then basically to put it back in is the same way. You put it down, you want to hold it, because if you drop it, it's going to go down. You may have to have a pair of tweezers or alligator clip to get it back out again. So you just want to hold it, gradually put the connector back on, and then just seat it down.
Now, how often do you have to replace those?
The lamp actually can go about 2 years.
Okay.
So there is a long life on the lamp itself. And then to put the new filter in, I mean, these are the serial numbers on the systems. If anybody's ever looking for the serial number, if they ever have a problem with the system, they need to have the serial number when they call into our 800 number tech service. So just have the model and serial number, call in, they can actually help you out. They have records when it was sold. We don't have a record of when it was installed because it was installed by ISIC, but they can always make notes of that when the system came in. Because our records are going to show that it was sold to you back when it was first purchased.
Sure.
So, So to get
Alright, so real quick, just as we're looking at this, in case a question if it comes up, looks like you got some O-rings on here.
Yep.
Okay, it looks like are we missing one there?
Nope, that's just a dead fill. That's just a dead. There's
a
nothing
dead
going.
one.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
sealed. So again, when you actually replace the new filter, it's going to come in a box with caps on it.
Okay.
Remove the caps. You want to moisten all the O-rings, so you just want to wet them with some, even just tap water. Just helps them seal a little bit easier going in. When it goes in, you kind of start at an angle, push in, and you basically just push in as soon as it drops down. So there's really no wrong way. You know, it's only going to go in one way. Some people will want to try to stick it in this little groove here. That's not the space. It's always the space up here because you want to be able to allow it to move up and down.
Did you get that? Did you get that there, Tyler?
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, you don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to put the filter in these little slots. They need to go into this little slot.
They need to set
Yeah.
on top of that.
On top of here. So you want to make sure that you can start at an angle and then it drops down.
Very good.
So, and then as soon as you put this back on, as you can see, it'll actually go back into ready mode. And right now it's still in standby. Right, I have the filter in right. Let's make sure the filter's. I can't see what it's saying. What does it say?
FLU 15.
LU 15. Let's see what that says.
You pause it. Just pause it and then put it over this.
Oh, here, FAU 15.
Yeah, well, hold on,
The system
turn
will
it back
not go
on.
into flush mode for 15 minutes. This is done to empty the smart pack of air. So it's going to go into so the system will now go into a flush mode. So it's going to go into a flush because we opened up and we took the filter out. We've contributed air into the system.
Now it's got
It's
to
going to have
purify.
to go through the flush. That's what it wants to purge all of itself.
Did you get that, Tyler? That's okay. So that's real important. So
When flush mode is finished, the system will go into filling tank mode. So this is an automatic mode.
okay, so we'll come back in about 20 minutes and it should be operational.
Yep. Yep, it should. Yeah, it says 15 minutes it'll go through. It'll take 15 minutes to flush all the air out. So.
Okay.
But I mean, that's really it. It's not a whole lot to it. I mean, there are some operational issues. I mean, if they want, when the owners come in and start using it, if they would like me to come in and show their personnel, I'd be more than happy to do that. So they just have to set that up.
Tyler, through it. So we just went through a quick demonstration. We'll probably do it again. But again, you just want to just elaborate. You can feel on not using the hose.
Yeah, I mean
Just-
the hose.
You can feel it right now. It's slimy.
Yeah, the hose is going to start to grow bacteria in it, and algae,
And algae.
biofilm. So you probably, if you want to use the hose, that's fine, but you just need to make sure that you're constantly replacing it
Maintaining
or
it.
maintaining it,
yes.
because this is a dead leg. This is basically this is a dead leg in the system.
Correct.
So water moisture is always going to be in it. As you can see, there's water built up in the hose here, and it'll sit there, and there's no chlorine to actually keep any type of microorganisms from growing. So ideally, would be perfect lab practice is to get rid of it and fill right from the valve. So.
All right. Very good.
And then another thing that another recommendation is anytime you take water, you should always let water run for a while before you take your sample. So ideally would be a liter. Unfortunately, you've got 6 liters in here, so you're actually be dropping. It may not be
So depending
realistic.
on how much you need.
Yeah, how much you need, but you should flush some water out before you actually take your sample.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's on any system. It's
Okay.
always good laboratory practice.
All right.
Yep. Again, I mean, I don't know where the manuals are, but we didn't check it on the other one. On these This is actually a sanitization kit. So this is going to be used down the road for when, say maybe a year from now, they want to actually sanitize the system. So it gives you a syringe, so it gives you the instructions on how to put together a chlorine clean, per se.
So that's actual chlorine in there then?
Well, no, there's nothing in here. They
Oh,
actually
it's
have
just
to.
a kit. They
It's
gotta
just a
provide
kit.
it.
They have to
Okay.
provide it, and it goes through how to make up the solution and everything. So,
Okay.
the other thing that's in here, you guys are probably going to want to. Try to find it. I saw it on the outside. This here. This is actually installation and calibration card. So they can actually write the serial number and model number and everything on here. And each time they change a consumable, you can actually keep a record of it. There should be a sleeve in here. Here is this is actually a plastic sleeve. So this sleeve can actually stick onto the side of the unit, and then that card goes inside of it. And that's actually an easy way for you anytime you have to have service. You don't have to look up the serial number. You can just pull the card, and you actually have a history of when the system was done. So that should probably be applied to each unit, is take these out.
Okay.
They can fill out the information and stick those on there. I mean, I can do it if you want me to do it.
Well, that'd be up to the
The end user.
to the end user.
Yeah.
They may want to put it elsewhere. But
Trying to see what else you guys have in here. Looks like a solenoid bell curve. This, did you guys actually put, I'm not sure if they're on here. Yeah, it's just not on there very well. This is actually a tank vent filter. So it just allows the tank to breathe without aspirating CO2 from the air.
Okay.
So this, you buy them, they usually come in a box of 2 or 3. So anytime, what I always recommend is when you change the filter, it says there's no way that's going to tell you to replace this. You'll probably forget about it since it's on the back. It's just to replace the filter, replace the tank vent filter. So
It's a breathable cap.
it's a breathable cap. So
Okay.
there's a little opening on the very top that you can actually, I don't know if you can get a film of that. If you want to just kind of put your, you can kind of see it a little bit over there. But like I said, it comes in a box of 2 or 3.
Okay.
Trying to think what else is in here. I don't know if I gave you 2. So basically, this is the. That might be a little bit small for them. I mean, this is probably too big. It would be basically the same thing. You had these type of connector. You could actually stick that there and have the chipping coming down, so that goes straight down into the sink.
But this is the only extra box of supplies that we have, right?
No, each room, each
Oh,
one
each
has
room
one.
has one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are too big for this. I'll have to see if I have 1/4 inch ones. And then we're going to do gravity.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, well, I was just going to put the reference.
Oh, the big one's down the one you printed out's in the other room.
No, I should have had the little reference guide that we stuck in here.
Okay.
I don't see it in here though. Yeah, check it out. So.
In the cabinet below.
Nope. Nope. I don't know where it went.
Did you double up on them, Tyler, when you were training?
No, there was a box missing one.
Oh, there was? Okay.
I can send you an electronic version, but it's not going to be the laminated version that goes inside there. So, I mean, that's the other one. I could try to see if I can get one requested for you, but it may take a while. That might be
Okay. Just go ahead and request it, and
I'll see what I can do.
okay. And then just send it to ISIC, and then they'll get it over to us.
Okay, I'll see if I can. I'll have to probably ask Germany. I mean, Germany, France for one, because I don't think we keep those here. All the time I ask for them, they always send me just the electronic version, which again, it's not going to be the one that fits inside there.
Yeah, we have a Tyler scan. We have digitized all of ours. So
Yeah.
all right. Thank you very.
I'm not sure you're supposed to force that much, but it didn't sound to say that.
Okay, so we're back in 2303, checking the 15-minute restart on it. So you can see
2304.
2304. So as you can see the display panel flashing up there. So we're going to go ahead and troubleshoot this. All right, Tyler, you got this? All right, Tyler, anything else?
Look at the 90 screen.
All right, Lisa.
Yeah.
There's Virginia. It says it says the valve should be left open during the flush mode. That's why, because if it's full, it's not going to cause it to turn back on. So let's see if it does.
It's almost like that real-time video that they, while you're recording the water. Have you heard how they do that everywhere? Is that like?
There it goes.
Okay.
Turned on. So it's going to go through that for 15 minutes. The other thing is you're going to have to remember to come back here in 15 minutes to close that valve. Because otherwise it's